Formwork and support work. Support work, like scaffolding, is an essential and highly risk-filled component of most building projects, and its safe implementation is absolutely vital. There is no room to take chances with regards to support work. Adherence to these regulations will ensure that you achieve a high standard of safety on site. Remember this: good safety starts with regular maintenance, thorough examination, and regular inspection of all support work. Installation, maintenance, and inspections of all support work must be supervised by a competent person who has been appointed in writing. A competent inspector must also be appointed in writing. The appointed inspector has the responsibility of examining and inspecting all support work before, during, and after the placement of a load. The findings must be recorded in a register. This register must be kept up to date. When assembling formwork and support work, make sure the components you are using are suitable for the job and that they are in good condition and not damaged. The formwork must always be erected as per the design specifications. Using faulty components or installing it in a manner which is not as per the design may cause the formwork to buckle and collapse under the load. The formwork components must be secure, plumb, and square. Only assemble support work on foundations that have been checked to be adequate, firm, exposed, as level as possible, and visible. Remember to space the sole boards correctly to maintain good support and make sure the area under and surrounding this work is free of material and rubble. Maintaining good housekeeping in this area will allow safe access and easy movement amongst the formwork and support work. Install a sufficient amount of bracing to bring stability and sturdiness to the formwork and support work. All cantilever installations must be assembled as per the design specification. Don't forget to include the checking and securing of these components as part of your regular checks, as with all other formwork and support work components. All formwork and support work must comply with the applicable regulation of the Occupational Health and Safety Act and the design criteria. Only once the support work has been erected in terms of the design criteria can the formwork then be installed. Preparing a surface for concreting is one of the most vital parts of the construction process. To achieve the safest working environment possible and to avoid any unnecessary accidents, apply these simple rules. Always use shutter boards of the correct size, type, and quality. This will help produce a smooth, level surface that will line up and have no gaps. Make sure you wear a harness when applying shutter boards so that you do not fall from the uncompleted surface. When applying shutter oil to the shutter boards, it is very important that you are wearing the correct PPE. These should include safety glasses and gloves. Always place a slippery surface warning sign in the area where you are applying the shutter oil, making sure it is visible to all workers nearby. Always use the suitable access methods provided when moving to or from the surface that is being prepared. When using a straight ladder to do this, be sure that it is correctly tied back into the structure. It is protruding 900 mm above the surface. It is secured at the bottom, and it complies with the 4-to-1 rule. Remember to view the ladder section to gain a more in-depth understanding of how to place and use ladders on a site. Formwork and support work can also be accessed via boarded ramps. Only use ramps that are completely boarded and have no gaps in the ramp. The ramp must also have handrails installed at the correct height. Always check the scaffold tag to make sure the ramp is safe to use. Laying of reinforcing steel rods. When working with reinforcing steel rods, it is very important that you stay a safe distance away from the edge of the deck. Also install double handrails to provide a safer working environment for workers who are laying the steel at height. Always wear your correct PPE when laying reinforcing steel rods. Correct PPE includes safety shoes, gloves, overalls, and hard hats. Never wear clothing that is torn or damaged. When the deck is finally prepared and ready for concreting, make sure the correct type of vibrator motor and needle is used when concreting these decks or columns. Check the size and condition of the motor and needle before using this equipment. Workers working in the concrete team are to wear the correct PPE at all times. This should include safety glasses, gumboots, hard hats, and earplugs. Edges and openings can be very dangerous if not protected by sufficient edge protection. Floors and landings must be adequately and sufficiently barricaded, and good positioning and visibility of the barricading is essential. Be careful of lift shaft openings. These must be covered with correctly positioned barricades that must be clearly visible and of suitable height. Here is a quick summary regarding formwork and support work. Check that the installation, maintenance and inspections of all support work is supervised by a competent person who has been appointed in writing. It is extremely important that the formwork is always erected as per the design specifications. Ensure that the competent person inspects all formwork and support work before, during and after the placement of a load. The results of these inspections must be recorded in an appropriate register and kept on site at all times. Finally, all edges and openings found in newly laid decks must be adequately protected with sufficient edge protection. For more information on edge protection and work at height, view video 8 for a more in-depth look at fall protection.